afternoon. Welcome to your favorite social media program, The Buzz. I am Rose Blossom Mwe, and I am excited to be here today, of course, on the show. We'll talk about what's trending and buzzing on social media. But I'm not doing this alone. I have my co-host with me, Gratitude. Gratitude, how you doing?
I'm fine. Blossom, good afternoon. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great.
Okay. Good afternoon, viewers, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Buzz, where we talk about what's trending and buzzing on the internet. My name is Gratitude Mokwede, your Gen Z host.
Our Gen Z host, always hosting Gen Z. Let me use that word. Well, we have two amazing guests joining us today. We have Nuruddin Adibira, who is a senior lecturer and a senior journalist. It's good to have you on the show, sir. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Blossom, and good afternoon to all our viewers.
And also, we have Segun Sokwita, of course, is a chairman of Bird Art Network. It's good to have you, sir. Welcome to the show.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much for coming. So what's the drive about the attire today? Looking, both of you, did you plan this?
No,
Because if you didn't plan it, I think I am Gratitude kind of
planned ours.
We are different. If you see any man that is planning what to wear, it's not a
I like the
serious
question.
Really?
You know what? As a man, you just look quickly. For most men, there are a few exceptions, but for most of us, just look quickly. What's happening?
Well, anyway, so we'll be having our first strong topics, and the first one I'll be taking is the one for tax. Well, we have someone who's a financial expert, so he'll be able to tell us if for a fact this stands. And the first story is this person is an online, we'll call him an online banker basically, and he said there are legal ways to avoid the payment of certain amounts of tax. Well, the government has given the guideline on activities you can carry out to avoid the payment of taxes. He said one of it is insurance, and there are lots of insurance company next year definitely will be getting more patronage as regards to that. But he said rent too is also part of that. But I don't want to do the talking. Let's watch the video where we had our online backer talking on how you can actually avoid paying some certain amounts of tax. We'll be right back. Oh, thank you, over to you. What is that true?
Yeah, it's true. But it's not as simple as he's putting it.
Okay, great. So,
because the truth in it is that is what the law says. But the problem is, how do you structure yourself to benefit from what the law says? Because it is not as if you will just automatically, I'm paying 1 million health insurance. I have a group life insurance scheme, another 800,000, and you just write it down somewhere, and that's the end. You are not paying tax. You are going to have to present evidence. So if you currently earn 3 million naira, for example, the example you gave, and you don't have health insurance of 1 million, you don't have a mortgage payment of 1 million, you don't have a group life insurance premium that you are paying of 500,000. Is he suggesting that I should go and make those payments so that I can enjoy the tax benefits? Do you understand? So it's not as straightforward as he's putting it. I think that what this may mean is that it will now encourage people to begin to look into those areas of trying to put some of their salary into. But if you have spent that money on those things, you no longer have that income as disposable anymore.
Okay.
So it's a trade-off. I think what this simply does is that if you're already in that space, then you can take those benefits. If you are not there yet, you can, over time, structure yourself, so it becomes a matter of financial planning. Long term. It's not something that's going to happen in 1 month or 2 months.
Yeah.
You plan it. So you can now say, oh, you know what? Don't forget, the person has limited salary. It's not as if I can just go and pluck money from the tree somewhere. You are earning 3 million. So I can say to myself, out of this, my 3 million that I am already is not enough. 3 million per year.
Right.
So if you break 3 million per year into monthly salary, how much are we talking about? We're talking, can somebody do maybe about 300,000 naira?
It's not up to, no.
Per month, right? It's not up to, it's about 280 or something like that per month. So already that money is finishing before you get home. By the time you buy petrol alone and pay your NEPA, buy a credit for electricity, it's gone. So how do you, out of that 280, now structure yourself to invest in National Housing Fund, invest in insurance, group life assurance, put your HMO, you know, that you did not have before and therefore will not benefit from those tax claims, then you see that it's not really that simple. But it's good those provisions are there so that as a country and as a people, we begin to move in the direction of those things, because those things are actually good. But for you to really be able to do it, I think the employer must also come into the equation.
Yeah.
It will mean that maybe you need to increase salaries for your staff to enable them invest in those very good long-term planning. When we say National Housing Fund, we're talking of the ability for somebody to benefit from loans from government to build their own house that they can now repay over a 25-year or 30-year tenure or 20-year tenure. Fantastic. When you talk of health insurance, you are talking of the ability, you pay a premium of maybe 20 or 30,000 per month to an HMO, and then you can enjoy benefits, you know, it's at a hospital to a certain figure. When you talk of group life, God forbid, if anything were to happen to the person, then you have a figure that they can give to your wife or your children. Those things are very good, and they're habits that we need to develop as a people. But it will take time. So, I know that content creation is a thing now, you know, and it is what it is. It's Elon Musk and co that caused this problem, because now they have monetized social media. Everybody is looking for clicks and engagement anyhow. So that's what in my opinion, is driving this, because the guy is trying to simplify something that is not quite as simple as it's making it sound. You know, so the real learning, he has not touched it. You have to now sit somebody down and teach them how to structure their monthly expenditure, including their own personal financial habits. Whether you like to go and eat pepper soup, maybe you have to cut some of it down. You know, it's a very complicated conversation that is not as simple as that. But overall, it's not lying. Those things are there in the law. Yeah,
so I have a question. You mentioned some tax relief options. So which of the relief options offers the best savings for middle income earners?
I don't know, because I would have to look at the percentages allowed for each one of those items. Your relief options include your National Housing Fund payments. It includes your health insurance premium payments. It includes your group life assurance premium payments, and so on and so forth. So the percentages that are allowed for each one of those payments, you know, what it means actually, what the law says is that for any payment you make towards those particular items, including your rent up to a certain figure, a certain amount of that, they will not tax it. So, but what percentage of that money that you spent will not be taxed? I don't have the details in my head. I'm not, even Tayo Idele cannot have it in his head. He will have to pick up the book and look at what the law says. So maybe if you get a tax consultant, they can tell you very easily, these are the percentages, you know, and all that. But it's a good question you ask, because, for example, that is the kind of question that gentleman should have addressed in that video, so that it's not just sensation and trying to create clicks by saying, oh, you can. The impression he has given now is that if you are earning, avoid tax completely. So that's really, it's not that simplistic. You know, there are a lot of other things, by the way. Let me also say there are a lot of other things that a lot of employers do. So one of the things they do is that they don't pay salaries. One of your colleagues was saying it before we came on air. They will break the salaries, they split it into several components and even pay several times a month, such that they don't call that thing salary. So you can structure your salary payments such that if you are paying somebody 300,000 as salary per month, half of that figure, you can structure it not to be a salary. Some sort of expense or whatever. People do that, and some they get away with it. Some the taxman will say, this thing is a trick. So there are structures that can be adopted to avoid tax, not to evade tax. So I'm glad the gentleman also said that tax evasion is a crime, or you go to prison. But it's allowable to look for structures within your finances to avoid some portion of tax. You can't avoid all of it, but you can structure yourself so that you can save some money. And this is done all over the world, you know. So there you go.
Okay, Mr. Nurji, I don't know if you have something to say on that, or
people are talking about. You see, they are talking about tax. They are not talking about standard of living,
income.
They are not talking about income. Look, How will somebody that is collecting 120,000 naira, that 120,000 naira, the employer will pay it in another month? Is that one that will now follow the unrealistic formula that one is bringing? Because to me, it's unrealistic. Somebody that the salary that is going to collect is going to collect it next month. That even before collecting the salary, debt has taken the salary away. Which structure you are talking about? No, which structure are you talking about? And one thing again is this. As I love that everybody should be paying tax. When every Nigeria is now asking what you are using my tax to do, nobody should now say somebody should shut up. Or somebody is not from one state. Or somebody is not from one particular geopolitical zone. Because when you are collecting money from people, that means they are putting their money where their mouth is. So it's not about this, okay, you want to be taxing some certain rent, whatever. What are you doing for somebody as a tenant in a particular state, in a particular country? What is the benefit he's getting? Okay, if somebody is a landlord, Abi, he won't get the benefit of saying he's paying rent. What are you doing to that landlord as a benefit? Okay, fine. If you say somebody should have a group insurance, whatever, what is the benefit from government? Mr. Shokweto, do you realize that a lot of our governors, that even what people are supposed to be getting, they are even borrowing from cooperative or people? A lot of governors, when they spend the money that is accrued to them, they still went ahead. The cooperative that they did not put money there, they will still go and be borrowing. Is it the same government that, and that is the problem that we are having, until when people are living very well. Some people say in abroad, they use tax to kill them, forget. If the kind of life they are living there is what we are living, our life will be better more than this. If I'm collecting much money, and I'm seeing what they are using my taxes to do, what is my own? I will pay tax now. Somebody that equivalently, what is collecting like, let's say 10 million naira in Nigeria as a broadcaster. They now said out of that 10 million naira in a month, cumulatively, you are paying 2 million naira as a loan. Who fucked what? And that is the thing. You will not even care. 10 million naira. Viv Blossom is collecting 10 million naira and you are paying 2 million naira as a tax every month. Are you going to care when you still have 8 million? And out of that 8 million, you are secured. You have insurance. It's not that insurance that will be one-legged. You know that it's one-legged insurance. They will tell you HMO. It's when you go there, they will tell you it's only typhoid. So, and that is one of the areas that our government should do. When you say people should get health insurance, a lot of workers, even those people working with the government, they are hearing me. They know what they are facing. When you now send your children to go to an hospital, now say, this is not covered. It's only minor surgery. The surgery that it's just so minor. They will not say they can only give you, they will not have one in that hospital. They will not have one kiosk where they give you only the paracetamol and whatever. And that is the problem. Until the government, as much as we want them to accrue the tax, we want to see what they are going to using the money to do and what is going to be beneficial to the people. It's so much important. In the Senate climb, when you work for whatever any tax that is taken away from you, they give you back in returns. What are the government going to give us in return? As much as we are holding all Nigerians, especially the rich people, they must pay tax. They must pay tax. It's a must. You can't be using 70 million cars, 80 million naira worth of cars. You have 5 in your compound and you know what to pay tax. They should pay tax. You can do NSC, you can do whatever. It must be tax. All those expensive things. I agree. But at the same time, don't put poor people on the same pedestal of tax. Like the rich people. We are not the same.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Well, that has been self-explanatory by Segun Shokweto and, of course, Nuruddin Adegbero.